Assalamualaikum everyone. Welcome back to my podcast where we discuss all about mental health, everything related to life. Today we have a very special guest. Her name is Sarina Hasnal. She is the founder of singlemamaspeaks.bn, and this is a group where they empower single mothers, take them through the journey of supporting them through divorce and everything you need to know if you are ever in the situation. Okay, so welcome Sarina today, and I'm so happy you're here. So we're here to discuss the topic life after divorce. Okay, not necessarily how to get divorced, how to process the divorce. We're not talking about that. We're talking about how we are gonna navigate our life now that we're divorced. Okay,
Got it.
yeah, so yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, let's get started. And welcome, Sarina, to our podcast today.
Thank you so
So,
much.
our topic will be talking about divorce. Okay, so I understand that you had gone through a divorce
Yeah.
in 2017.
Yes.
And since then, you've been rebuilding, getting back to yourself,
Yeah.
and now helping others do the
Yes,
same.
that's right.
Okay, right. So, who got that right? Yes. Okay, so can you tell us your journey, or what exactly? Because personally, I've not been divorced.
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna meet that. But the thing is, if someone who is thinking of divorce, okay, what exactly does that are they expected to go through?
Okay. So I kept telling people that comes to the organization Single Mama Speaks for support, and I kept telling them about how divorce is not even the worst part.
Yes.
The process of signing papers, going through the court hearing, and obviously battling for custody and all that. It's not even the worst part.
That's before you even go through it.
Exactly.
And that's what people think is the worst. Right?
Yes, but
like
it's
going
not.
through it, it's like, oh my God, I cannot do it because it's so hard. But the hell you're saying it's not the hardest yet.
It's not the hardest. It's like how I see it and how we believe it after. And that now that it's what is my 8 years, 9 years being a single mom, I realize that's not even the hardest part yet. That's the divorce itself is the event, and then it's the
Right.
life after divorce that we need to
Okay.
prepare single moms with, or pretty much people with, because people don't talk about this too a lot.
No,
And
yeah.
this is something that it's absent in the society, that people don't talk about it, and it's a struggle that single moms go through. That this is the unseen part,
Manner.
right? So now what we do in the single mama support group, we try to kind of like explore and create awareness of what's gonna happen after. This includes like going through healing. This goes through going through the idea of co-parenting and how
Right.
to kind of like adjust to life after divorce itself. And not only that, when you think about going through the after divorce, we're looking at like how your life routine's gonna change,
Yeah.
how your financials gonna change, finances gonna change, and then how the people around you, like the
Yes.
perspective that they have around towards you, that's gonna change as well. So these are the
Yeah.
things that not many people like to talk about it.
It's preparing them for how people will view them as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's a lot to manage, right?
yeah, it is. I mean, like, so hopefully, like podcasts like yours can actually explore the possibilities of creating this awareness that divorce is not just the ending; it's the after that
Yeah.
we need to prepare single moms or women with in general.
That's true.
Yeah.
Can I just ask, what do you think people would, what do you think people will, no, sorry, I have a question. um, how do you handle when people say, oh, this group is encouraging divorce,
Oh, gosh.
Do you get that?
Yes, of course. Yeah,
But
because
I don't think you're encouraging divorce. Like,
not
yeah,
at
get
all.
divorced, right? You're not doing that,
Not
right?
at
So
all.
what exactly
I mean,
do you
similar
do?
to like I bet what you do in counseling, like when people come to marriage counseling. what we do as well in Single Mama Speaks, when we do have a lot of women who has not gone through the divorce come to us asking for help. What can I
Yes.
do? And of course, the first thing that we talk to them about is how far has the marriage broke, or how far are you along in the divorce process?
Right.
Because at the end of the day, we still want to support that. If you can still selamatkan or save your marriage, do it.
Oh, that's
Because
good.
of course, being married, being in a proper stable environment that is a happy marriage, of course it's
Yes.
better than being in one that's not, right?
Yeah.
So again, we explore the different possibilities. We even go at it in a different aspect as well, not just social aspect. We go through the spiritual aspect as well. Like kami
Okay.
suro, we do talk about sembayang istikhara. And we teach them sembayang taubat, how to doa correctly.
Yeah.
How to doa. Because, when I was going through my own divorce, I realized that I didn't have anybody to share with me this. This is
Yeah.
the main reason why we venture into having
That's
the
true.
support group.
2017, there was not much of anything.
No,
really,
exactly. And during that time, bear in mind that during that time, compared to now, 8 years later, or even 5 years after, there's much more acceptance towards the idea of divorce. During my time, I remember, and I wasn't even talking about this as if like it's something new, but during my time, they still had this stereotype or taboo towards exploring divorce, and I did not know where to go.
Yeah.
Whenever I go to somebody, they'd give me something, but then that's it. That's a dead end. And then again, going back to the issue about having us supporting divorce, tapulang, we're not. We actually do help. But then for us, of course, we are giving them an option where if you feel that marriage, like for example, it's already broken. For example, you are in a abusive relationship. If you are in a, what do you call this, macam, when there is infidelity,
Yeah.
for example, of course, we would like to help, in a way that divorce is not like the other option, but rather one of the options that you
Right.
can do to save yourself, or
So they would have to choose first.
Exactly,
They decide
right?
first, like, benar-benar nih, I want to get
Yeah.
out, that's it. And then
And it will
start.
help through the
Yeah.
process.
So sometimes the women, they don't even know where to start. Kan tahu.
Exactly.
That's the problem.
Yeah, they don't know where to go. I mean, like
Yeah.
me, I didn't know where to go. But I guess because I am a sociologist and as a background, I'm a very curious human, or I have a very curious nature. So I kept like, okay, you know what? I need to research all this.
Yeah.
Like, what do I need to do? And I have to
Okay.
structure everything, my thoughts, what's going to happen to me, what's going to happen to my children. And bear in mind, during that time when I was sure that I wanted to go through the divorce, I was pregnant with my third baby. So there's a lot of
okay.
issues that I need to keep in mind, and I need to explore, like, what's going to happen. Can I divorce during my pregnancy, or how?
Which you can't, no?
No. Yeah.
And you didn't.
I didn't.
Okay.
Yeah, it was after that.
Right.
So yeah, my daughter, my third daughter, was born in 2015. So it was my process was finalized after 2 years. Yeah,
Right.
so
It
it
does
was a
take
long
a
process.
while,
It
huh?
does. It does.
Bukannya carai today and then that's it.
No.
Like, I want to get out and then
No.
tomorrow it's done.
No, you would
Yeah,
think that it's like that's what people do, but no. There's a lot of process that you have to go
Yeah.
through. Like, you go back and forth with your
Right.
thoughts. That's why the
Ooh.
after divorce is what we are exploring right now, because the healing, I swear, 8 years later, I'm still struggling. I still have anxiety. I still have what we call anniversary effect.
Divorce.
Yeah, something like that. Like,
Yes.
when it comes to the date of when I had my divorce, or important dates like my marriage dates, my marriage.
Right. Yeah.
I have anxiety that I cannot control. It's like your body, you'd be like crying while driving. Macam,
Yes.
kenapa aku
Memories,
menangis?
huh?
Oh, it's not even
Yeah.
memories though. Your body is so used to
Yeah.
that, and they knew that this is what happened during this date. It triggers
It's
it.
unusual, right?
Yeah, it's unusual.
Yeah.
I thought that it was weird at first, and then I started researching some more. I said,
Right.
what's going on? And now it's like, sana nga ada ChatGPT. Just talk about your symptoms.
Yeah.
They might tell you or they might not, or
Okay.
something incorrect, whatever.
Yeah.
But But then, when I actually researched my symptoms,
Yes.
it came up with that, and I started going through this anniversary effect or anxiety. And I realized whatever that's going on with my body then, I knew it was that.
It's triggers.
Yeah.
It's not like, do you start thinking, oh my god, I made a big mistake. Ada macam tu kah? Macam kan, like, I still
Maybe at the
love him.
beginning,
Oh.
I
It
did a
confuses
lot
you,
of,
right?
Yes, I did a lot of blaming.
Right.
That's, again, it goes back to this healing part.
They're blaming who?
Blaming myself.
Yourself?
Yeah,
Oh.
because as much as I wanted the divorce, right? But I kept blaming myself. For example, like I kept thinking, what if I didn't do this? What if I did something different?
Yeah.
Could have saved
Oh,
the
ada
marriage?
juga.
Could have, because one of the thing that lead to that is that people around me did not give me an opportunity to heal.
Oh.
Did not give me the support to heal. I mean, at the beginning, especially, like I said, during that time in 2017, 2016, 2015,
Yes.
it was still like a taboo subject.
Yeah.
Even my own mom, to be honest with you, she did not want to support the whole thing. She was totally against it. She was like saying to me, Lai, kalau tahan, tahan. I said, Ma, I cannot tahan. There's no part of me that I can tahan anymore. But of course, I'm glad like during that time, I had a lot of enlightenment. Allah reached out to me, and I know, that's one of the biggest aspect or biggest change in my life. Like it made me pray to Him some more, and I kept asking for guidance. And banyak lah, even my mom kept saying, berdoa lah, berdoa.
Yeah.
But well, as much as she wasn't supportive, she was asking me to pray for guidance. So I did. And most of the signs that guide me is towards like, that. Okay, as much as I wanted to deny it, macam, no, I don't want, because how am I going to survive after this? Like, what is going to happen to my children? And then, always the first thing that you hear when somebody divorce, apa, instantly, kata ni bercakap, ay, kasihan anaknya. No, you don't kasihan the mom, you kasihan anaknya.
Yeah.
But wait, how about me, the
Exactly.
mom? You need to kasihan me also. Yeah, so you see,
Tu, anak pulang, we
it's always that.
pay so much attention to how
Not
the
that
child's
I'm-
gonna go through, which memang lah, it's an obvious
memang
thing,
lah.
right?
It's an obvious because
Yeah.
everybody's involved. Like I said, everybody's involved. Kasihan pun, my parents pun kasihan when I think about it. That they have to go through this changes as well. So that's the point of the after divorce part, where in the single mama support group that we actually emphasize, you need to be aware, you're not the only one who goes through things. When you had a divorce, this big life event, this big change, not only you, but your children, and also your parents, and also your family, and also
The
your
whole
friends.
family. Friends as well.
friends as
Especially
well.
if they're
Like,
mutual
affected.
friends and all that. Oh.
I mean, people around you that you're close with, they are affected as well. They have to get used to somebody new that is a divorced individual, right? So especially when I was referring to my story about my mom again, as much she wasn't supportive, I saw how she didn't support. I felt the unsupportness too, because she didn't want to talk about it. So I felt like, oh my God, I was lost. I was lost. You kept thinking, the person that you really wanted to be there and hold your hand and say that it's okay didn't do
Not
that.
saying that, not doing any part of that.
Exactly. So I was lost. I was sad. I was devastated, and I kept thinking, my God, ako ni tadarhaka. Of course, to that point,
Yeah,
because
you get really dark in your thoughts.
yes, because you're already at your lowest point, and then that came, and then of course you kept thinking, anak darhaka, masuk neraka, and all that. But then when I think about it again, she is going through a process as well, and having that idea embedded in me, as much as I am going through a process, she is going through a process as well of the changes.
Yes.
Respect her boundary, respect her space,
Right.
allow her to actually feel that. So that's a part where for me it's a very big wake up call, because once I allowed that, I was able to heal, and I was able to heal our relationship as well. So not that I propose anyone doing this, but this is what I did.
Okay.
I moved out of my parents' house because I knew I needed to heal myself first.
Right.
It was a big step for me. Imagine
Tapi you moved out because you didn't feel supported as well.
that's one
You
of it,
had
and
the
I
energy maybe you
yes,
needed
it
to
wasn't
get
good
out.
for me. It wasn't good for
Right.
my children. My
Yes.
children were still very young. My eldest was only, I think she was only 7 or 6. Sampai
Okay.
7 lah orang
So you
cakap.
took everyone.
I
you
took
moved.
everyone. Yeah, it was a big leap for me. I wasn't even financially stable. I literally had nothing because I was paying for a lot of things like the divorce. I had to pay my
Yeah.
lawyer. I had to pay our cars.
Yeah, you were saying.
Yes.
3 cars.
Oh,
That's
I
a
had to
lot.
pay for 3 cars. It was crazy. I didn't know why in the marriage I thought buying a new car that he likes would have saved our marriage. Tapi I don't want to
Wow, the
venture into
things
that.
we
That
think
was-
about.
Kind of.
Yes.
Tapi again, like the
I mean, you're
changes that we
trying
find
lah.
is-
You were just
yeah.
trying a lot of things. Okay, okay.
And when I moved out, I kept thinking, "Cuman aku survive niya." Like I have to feed my 3 kids
Panik
on my
eh.
own. Tapi I kept praying. I started membiasakan sembahyang duha. These are the spiritual journey that
Yes,
we
yes.
would recommend to a lot
Before
of.
this, nada. You didn't do that.
I
any
don't
of
even
that.
know how to. Seriously. How old was I? 28? Oh no, maybe 30s already when I divorced.
Muda je masa mo, huh?
But I've never in my life even thought sembahyang duha ni could help me. But again, like I said, this
It just doesn't cross your mind.
no, never. So this kind of journey, spiritual journey that we need to look at as well. Like I think that's the healing part for
For
me.
sure, yeah,
and
I believe that.
we also talk about it in our single mama support group. That these are one of the things that you can do. If you want to do it, if you feel like doing it, go for it.
Yeah,
And for
yeah.
me, it really helped. So. Berpegang with sembahyang duha ni, duha ni, and all my prayers at I managed. And then funny enough, gradually, as my parents realized, dapat siya ito, survive
You had to prove it to them, right?
because like when I divorced, I'm sure my parents would be thinking, nah, dorang iya ni our responsibility tani, and my
Babalik
parents,
ka dorang.
and my parents were about to retire and retiring, kana dorang, they're getting old as well. That again, this is the part where we often forget that they are going through this process and this change as well that
Yeah,
we neglect.
definitely.
So when it happened to me and my parents, perhaps that's why their reaction was like that. Macam they seem like they are unsupported because macam the responsibility itu makin berat kan for them. So when I moved out, they weren't happy. Imagine me membawa cucu-cucunya kan, not
Yeah.
so much for me,
It's
cucu-cucunya.
funny, right? They wouldn't want to support you financially, everything, but they don't want to see you go je.
Exactly.
That's
At the same
twisted
time,
thing,
kan,
right?
Abba.
Twisted
So,
thinking.
and then when I brought them and I kept assuring them, okay, ma, I'm gonna get a amma to help me. I'm gonna get a live-in maid. But then at the back of my mind, cuma mana aku membayar ni my live-in maid and ni mahal.
I can
And this
imagine.
maid is not even macam I had to do a part-time one lah first. And I had to runding her, I'll pay you more to live in with me. Imagine a part-time mahal kan? You
Yes,
remember
yes.
that part-time maids are in general mahal compared to the maids that you actually have full-time. Part-time maids, not even my own maid. I said, I pay you more. I remember paying her $500 per month. And that's like already a big chunk of my salary that I
Yes.
barely have, you
Yeah.
know. So tapi just to reassure, I can survive this. I can do this. So that's what I did. And then when that happened, my parents started realizing, okay. And this process that they go through, macam they start to realize, okay. And then you know what? Now, my parents and me, even my mom's relationship with me, is the strongest that it has ever been. Even when I was younger, apa tu, I felt this is the strongest. She is like my bestie lah now.
How long did that take? After how many?
A year, 2 years?
Oh,
It is a gradual, ano kan?
right. So that
because-
must have happened maybe after you've done a lot of like
Yes. proving
putting in
myself.
order your life.
Proving myself, because
Yeah,
macam my dad has always been supportive, but of course, macam had to side my mom je kan, and then like that, and then I have this other people, my siblings are the one give her some space, give her some ato, and also they are my support system.
You're number
Number 2.
You're the
I have
second
an
out of
eldest. Out of 4. I have 3 more other siblings, and I'm number
Right.
2. I have an elder brother who is, again, all my siblings, they had been so supportive.
Oh, that's so nice.
Like, as much as again they don't want it to happen, but again for them it's a process too, kan?
Benar.
Oh, and they feel like, oh yeah, we need to help out, and they'll be the one asking, are you good financially? And there are times I've borrowed money from my eldest. I'll be like, you need to lend me some money. I cannot. I
Yeah.
don't know where else to
Atau
go.
anda sudah
Yeah,
desperate sudah
that's what benar kan, minjam duit. Tapi of course I
Yes.
only minjam to my siblings, and even then, my siblings satu they have always been supportive. As much as they can help, they will help. And then you know,
That's
to the
very
point.
rare, you know.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Tapi I'm blessed that again. Tapi itu tu ba. I'm not relying on them completely. When I said I prayed duha tu one of the signs that Allah showed me, and I didn't even knew this thing existed, is to apa ni namanya, break all my agreement, consolidating my loans.
Consolidating. Oh, right.
Loan
Okay.
consolidation. I didn't know it existed.
Yes, it
Until
does.
after macam somebody approached me, nak consolidate your loan. What is that? And when I researched about it, and in my head, my God, ya Allah, this is my answer.
All right. So it made it easier
It
for
made it
repayment.
way easier. So you see how Allah will always
Financial
help
planning mesti ada.
Mesti. Yeah, exactly. You know, so to be educated in this kind of things is very
Yes.
important in the after. You know, to provide the stability for your children.
After divorce, you mean,
After
right?
divorce.
Yes, yes.
After divorce. Because you need to really change. You cannot be in that same lifestyle. I stopped buying handbags, you know.
Oh, no, that's awful.
Right, expensive handbags.
Yeah.
You know, it was so hard. I had to part with many
Right, I
of
get it.
my macam kira dulu tu handbag itu when I had my first paycheck. I invested on this $3,000 handbag.
So
Macam
good
tu.
for you.
Oh,
You
mahal guna,
deserved it.
but I had to part with it.
Yeah,
I
I
had to
know.
part with it just to
Yes.
pay for my kids' education, for my kids' health. And I
Yes.
invested in insurance and all that lah. But
Macam survival mode sudah banyak.
yes, you are. Itu tu. That's why
Right.
you actually have to change. That kind of change tu in Single Mama Speaks, we try to help explore the possibilities.
Yeah, exactly.
All you have to do is just come to us and ask macam chana what, and you know, sharing of these stories, you know, that's why I'm very open
Right.
with my sharings, because when you share something, somebody out there,
Yeah, it will click something.
yeah, it might have
someone.
it's possibly something that they need. Macam that's my answered prayer. Aku berdoa, and this is my answered prayer
Yeah.
from this conversation that she had with Nadia, you know.
There's another thing, right? Like you were working anyway, kan?
was.
So ada gaji, everything. How about women yang
Indah.
no work, they relied 100% on the husband?
Yeah.
It's kind of like me actually, but but what would happen to them? How do you advise someone like that?
Well, it's definitely hard because harder, but although we don't 100% help them or give financial aid,
Yeah, you're not
we-
giving out aid
no,
lah, of
no,
course,
we
yeah.
try to support in other aspects, like for example, macam asking what they're interested in, and we do explore macam possibilities of upskilling, upgrading yourself.
Right. Macam business lah. Do you
Macam,
encourage that kind of thing?
Well,
or-
again, it depends on what they're interested in.
Right.
Sometimes, you know, like business ni macam-macam. Like for me, to survive Chua, I give tuition at one point because I knew my background. I could have given tuition, so
Yeah.
I give tuition. Walaupun like 1 or 2 students, it really helped. Or even macam berjual little bits of things
Yeah,
and that.
like anything really.
Anything, like
Yes.
even decluttering your wardrobe.
I'm gonna
It
do
could
that
be a
later
business,
actually.
It could be a
Divorce
business.
or no divorce, we're gonna declutter.
Right? I mean, you could sell your items.
Yeah,
yang
yeah,
Tapi atulah kalau ada. Tapi yang really reliant on the husband's finances, these are the things that we can explore. There's so many
Itu risky
organizations.
partnya lah. If you're gonna be like reliant.
Believe in
That's,
Allah's
Yeah,
plan.
that's the thing.
For me, risk comes in everything that you do in this world. Believe in Allah's plan. Tawakal. Tawakal Allah will always mencukupi. You know, mencukupkan what we need. You know, will always give. Will always provide.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
that's what we forget. Kita ni rely on our husband. Tapi wait, duitnya tu dari mana?
Oh,
Kan?
sama ada.
Right?
Yeah, yeah.
So, I mean,
I believe that.
if you get no longer with your husband itu, you know, Allah will provide you too. Don't
In
worry.
another way, in a
gitu
different
kan?
way that
So,
you never thought of.
having that tawakal, having that apa tu macam value embedded in you, I always believe that it will always work out.
Benar.
Yeah, macam itu. Tapi that's the thing. Usaha kita ni tu, we do talk about the exploration of different ways to help you financially. There are times that macam some women are very generous with the money. Dorang berbagi harta. There's so many that approach us, ask me like, ada project mo, aku kan
Oh,
bersedekah.
seriously?
You know, macam
Wow.
things like that, datang ba?
Yes.
And you know, if the rezeki is meant for you, hindi salah alamat.
Yeah, that's
This
true.
this person or this woman who was struggling, cakap niya, oh niya, I couldn't. Tahu-tahu ada, landed to
Yeah, you
her.
never know,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. So that's why I said tawakal, having that kind of value embedded in you.
Oh.
You know, this is what you need to be working on. Again, the healing part in it takes a lot of aspects.
Yes,
Not
yes,
just
yes.
physically. It has to be spiritually. It has to be psychologically as well. So all this
That's true,
healing.
you know. This just reminds me of my friend. You know,
Yeah.
she is a friend of mine from way back, quite many years. We've known each other. Then she was going through a divorce with her husband, but somewhere in the middle, because I was hearing her side, and then suddenly I don't know, der mana datang ex-husband ini pandai just trying to tell his side of the story. It just did my head in, you know. It was like paning ko. And that time I was not a counselor.
See.
And you know, you were just saying people have to get used to this and that. I was definitely going through that, and I just could not handle this divorce. Macam aku tu bilang, you know, like I was like, it's too much for me. And I'm thinking, it's not even about me, you know. But that kind of feeling, I was feeling that, and then what I really, what I really admire about this friend of mine, she has been able to get her life back on track. She was also having financial issues. Even till now, it's not perfect.
Yeah.
But she's doing exactly what you're saying. She's selling all secondhand stuff. She's selling whatever she can get her hands on. She's also doing makeup like me, you know what I mean? So I'm thinking, yeah, she's a survivor. She's a fighter, you know.
Alhamdulillah.
So I always feel single moms like this, dorang andang that it kicks in,
Yeah.
that, you know, fighting nature.
Yeah. I mean, that goes to the saying, you are strong. I hate when people say that to me pula. You're strong, you're so strong. To be honest with you, it's not about me being strong, but I have to be strong.
Yeah. That it's either do or die on it.
Exactly. I have 3 kids that I need to be in the survival or strong mode. That, you know, at the end of the day, it's not just about me. I have to be strong only because I am in a situation where there's no other option for me. There's no other choice. If I'm not strong, I don't think my kids will be able
It's like
to
it's more
survive
like
this.
if you do nothing, what is gonna happen?
Exactly.
You know, it's just gonna not gonna go anywhere again.
No.
Yeah, toh.
That goes to the other aspect that we like to talk about as well in our Single Mama Speaks group, is that we like to promote the after too. One of the things is about co-parenting.
Yes.
Yeah, as much as
co-parenting.
well, I talked about healing tadi ya. And the part about healing ani, the best for me if it comes an advice, if somebody asks an advice from me, what's the best way to heal? To forgive. To forgive.
Oh, that's so tough.
I know it's one of the toughest things to do.
Yeah.
That's the thing. This is what you need to
That's
work
necessary.
on. It's necessary.
Yes.
Forgive yourself. And also forgive your ex-spouse. Because, like again, tadi we were talking about this, as much as we are going through a process, he is going through
He
a process
is
as well.
too, yeah.
So this acceptance that, okay, everybody's going through a process, forgive, heal, move on. We need this forgiveness before we can venture into something new. Don't let whatever that has happened in the past tie you from healing. So
Yeah,
this
that's
is
true.
So this is the part where forgiving ito is very important. And talking about forgiving, even my journey forgiving myself is quite a funny one, Jua.
It's not even easy as
It's
well,
not
right?
easy.
To
To the
forgive
point-
yourself.
Not just forgiving myself,
Yeah.
but forgiving my ex-spouse ito.
Yeah. How did you go about it?
I don't know, when I look back, chalija. Tapi, you know, sometimes, again, one of the important things I did was praying to Allah lah, permudahkan for me and my children. And one of the biggest principle okay, that really affected my life. And this saying, one of my single mama friend actually said this to me, and since then, what she said to really macam created kind of like my philosophy lah.
Okay.
Okay, so what she said was that, okay, babe, parents, yeah, have a choice, yeah. Okay, parents have a choice.
Okay.
You had a choice to marry somebody or marry who you wanted to marry, which is the
Right.
ex-spouse. You had the choice to divorce as well.
Yes.
Okay, you had choices.
Yes.
But what
Feeling bad.
Right?
And then,
But-
oh, it's all my fault. Sekali.
yeah, but what's going on, yeah? Okay, throughout your life, yeah, apa yang kita ni selalu lupa is that our children did not have choices.
No, yeah,
Okay.
it's true.
When
yeah.
they were born, they didn't ask to have a single parent mom or single parent
Yeah,
dad
of
or
course.
into a broken family, born into a broken family. They did not have a choice to choose or be in that situation. So because we have put them in this situation, you need to wake up.
Right.
You need to wake
You
up.
cakap macam tu.
Oh, you need to wake
okay.
up now. You need to understand that they don't have any choice. You had a choice now. So because you put them in this situation, you need to wake up now. And prepare them or put them in a situation where they can actually be stable, where they can actually be healthy, where they can
Yes.
live in the stable psychological back environment.
Yeah,
You know,
for sure.
so of course, one of the best thing to actually approach or do this after the divorce is to try to mend things, not to be your ex-spouse punya best friend pulang in a situation where you can co-parent.
Yeah.
Co-parent meaning that never say bad things about your ex-spouse to your
Yeah.
children. Never.
Yeah.
That's the
yeah.
one thing, regardless of what had happened to me throughout the marriage, I never
Yeah.
badmouth my ex.
So hard as well.
Yeah,
isn't it?
it's hard. Tapi I had to do that because of
Yeah.
my children.
I did see a post a while back that was saying the reason why not to speak ill about
Yeah.
each other is because the child will understand that they are half you,
Yes, and half them.
dad.
Exactly.
So if you're going to say stuff about the dad, then they will start to conclude, wait, that's half me, so
Yeah,
I'm
half-
also that. And then
Right?
if the dad says something bad about the mom, like, well, I'm also part mom, so
It's
I'm also bad. So they feel bad about themselves.
Of course. Yeah.
Just padahal you're talking about kan bapanya mamanya.
Exactly.
But they start thinking different.
Exactly.
which
And
is what we
again,
don't
going
want.
back to the putting them in the situation, you're putting them in the situation where it's unhealthy for them.
Yeah.
You know psychologically, when you speak ill about another person, macam apa kan yang kita ni ajar?
Yeah, what am I supposed to do with this information?
Kan?
You know? Yeah.
Exactly. So it's not a healthy situation, a healthy
Yeah.
environment that you actually and try to be macam mutually respecting one another. You respect and create routines lah macam when you are co-parenting in a
Yes.
situation where you can co-parent lah.
Yes,
Some single moms hindi dapat lah, like for example if the macam abuse yang police case that's a different I'm not gonna
dangerous, yeah.
tapi many
Different story to.
different story different episode.
Yeah.
Tapi
Yeah.
again, going back to this co-parenting, when you can provide that kind of environment where you can co-parent well, do it. And then to the point that my kids are niya, Charlie, I think media has influenced dorang punya mind.
Yes.
So when I started realizing, oh gosh, I need to do something about this co-parenting. Okay, as much as we were not in a good relationship, but we try. I will text him macam maybe like sensitive issue. Alhamdulillah, my ex-spouse tu as much as he is very he's responsible lah. He still
Okay.
give the nafkah to the children
Alhamdulillah, okay.
macam on time. Tapi the arrangement itu kadang-kadang we have to give and take lah jua. And we have to enforce if hindi yang membayar, then there's always legal that you can approach. Tapi in my case, he has always been good with that.
Oh, that's
So and I'm grateful lah for him, and he's trying as well. And we managed to talk about this. At first, dia macam a bit defensive pula. Ay, kau salah, aku salah, kau salah. You know that pointing fingers lah, gaslighting part. Sekali leave it for a while. When he's more cool down, talk to him again. Okay, it's for the children. Okay, so can we do this? Okay, if dia cakap yes, no, okay, fine.
Atau macam masih geramati tu.
Itu tapi you have to get over it and sampai to the point, okay, you need to forgive me, and I have
Let's say a
forgiven you.
while. I had a friend of mine. Yeah, he's a guy.
Yeah.
And I was planning a podcast with him as well, balang again. But he was telling me about his divorce, and he goes, in fact, lalaki ani, they never want to get divorced. They don't ever plan to divorce. So they always
Sama lah.
hang on to for the longest time, but at the end, kalau sekiranya divorce, they actually don't want it.
No,
So
but
I'm
then
like,
kan,
kasihan. Yeah,
again,
yeah.
going back to this idea of wanting or not wanting to be divorced, do you prefer your children grow up in a very dark environment, like selalu berkelahi, berteriak-teriak,
Yeah.
parents yang dah bercakap, or do you prefer to be in a situation where you allow your kids to be, and you yourself, laki-laki kau, bini-bini, you are in a happier state ba?
Yeah, that's
You know,
true.
kan
I mean,
macam-
logically, yes, right?
Right.
Like, yeah, that's the thing. When I was just discussing this friend of mine,
Yeah.
I was just thinking, why, apa namanya, kalau sekiranya they are this way, namo, do they do things to really, like,
What have you done to improve?
yeah, that's why,
kan?
and with my podcast with Todd the other day, he's talking about the fact that kadang lelaki ni, they cannot figure it out. They just simply cannot figure it out. They need help.
It's okay.
People to help them. Tapi kadang asking for that help pun macam payah.
Payah, yeah.
You see? So they're in their heads circulating jo. Not all, some,
Yeah,
but
but I have to point out when you said lelaki tapi bini-bini pun cakap.
Sama je.
I mean, I didn't want to ask for help as well at first. Macam ego kan, everybody has. And again, it goes back to us being a human being. In
That's
general,
true.
we're not perfect.
Yeah.
So, like, again, this is a process. So whether or not you realize you are in this process, that's a part where, okay, wake up. It might come sooner, it might come later. I'm glad. I mean, for my ex-spouse too, it came a bit later for him kan, because dia pun dia dapat
Different
accept.
rates.
Oh,
Yeah.
dia dapat accept compared to me. Tapi now I have to say we are in the situation of co-parenting. Brilliant. Like, we are comfortable with one another to the point, and tapi itu that what lead it to us being co-parenting well, ini Charlie je lah, but our children lah mostly.
Yeah.
I remember the first time that I decided to co-parent Anya, macam I not decided but finally open up, and he realized, okay, I mean real business when I said I have forgiven him. You know what I did? I bumped into the woman that he's now seeing. I was with my children. My children tahu kan ya.
Oh, okay.
They were so panicking. Oh my god, nya. Ano nya?
Can't fight ni, can't fight.
Auntie is here nya. Mommy is also here. Oh my god. Cuma tu kan panic. Charlie ni dorang ni. Sekali, when I saw her, I waved. I waved.
Okay. Oh, that's
I know macam
very mature.
it was a bit for me macam kulampai ah. Tapi at the same time, why would I want to
Nanti
be hating?
tampar rumahnya.
Tapi you macam you want to be hating this person kan?
Yeah, of course. And it's
It's
been years,
now-
right? I mean, it's been a while,
Masa
right?
tu, yeah, awal lah. Tapi
Yeah.
even then, macam some women cannot accept that. Tapi for me kan, macam why would I want to be hating her? Macam iya tu salah
And
pun.
you're not actually planning to get back with him.
Exactly, right?
You're not
So
going
I moved
backwards.
on, right? This is
Yeah.
a way of me moving on. It's the healing part, the letting go. I don't want to bring whatever. So when I waved, dia pun terkajut, tapi dia waved back. And then she approached me. This is the good thing about women. Women ni kadang-kadang they support one another. And we kept telling in our group, the best person to support you is other women. And it includes the new wife ka, the new girlfriend ka,
whatever it is,
the girl who he cheated you with ka. To be honest with you, those people who are the ones gonna support you, because dorang faham bini-bini ni sama perasaannya kan.
Right.
So dorang faham. So when that happened, she approached me and said, "Hi, how are you?" And I said, and my kids were like,
So
"Tercengang."
ironic. Okay, I'm sorry. It's ironic,
Yeah,
right?
but you know that whole situation.
Yes.
What does it teach my children? It teach them that if I can forgive, they can forgive as well.
yeah.
And this, you know,
Forgiveness exists.
exists. And of course, I am a good role model for them.
For sure.
Kan? Macam, so isn't that a good environment that where you are bringing your children in this kind of state?
Yeah,
So because of
that's
that,
true.
because of that, I bet the girlfriend itu beritahu dah my ex kan. And then after that, he is much better. Macam when I text him, okay ba, alright, apa you need? What does the kids need? Kanak-kanak di mana? Macam tu. So you know that kind of acceptance. I realized,
More peaceful.
kan?
Right?
And then more
Yes.
peaceful. I'm happier the way he
Yeah.
texts. He's happier the way I respond.
Because hating is so beringalih, huh?
Ngalih.
Yes,
Ngalih.
that's
Sekali, so after that, after we developed that, gradually it become better. And now our kids are growing kan. Oh my goodness. Balum lagi drama pasal kanak-kanakan ni.
Lain lagi kan
Lain lagi kan dipikirkan
yeah, that's what you
tapi
should be focusing on.
yes, and bear in mind it takes two ba. There's two parents here.
Yeah. You have girls, boys?
All girls.
All girls.
All girls. And oh my god, I have
okay.
2 teenagers now in the house. And you
okay.
could just imagine, you are mom yourself,
Yeah.
and you know teenagers ani. And even from media, teenagers ani bukan sanang. And you go through one
banyak
as well.
and then they keep so many secrets, girls. They
Kan?
keep secrets, okay?
Hormonal
Jaga.
changes, body changes,
Yeah,
all these
it's
changes.
just
Oh god, and I
insane.
have to
It's
live with
crazy.
them. but I'm glad my ex-husband is there.
Oh, that's
Because this
good.
is the part where I ask him, you know what happened today? Oh my god, I cannot deal with this. Can I
Pass it to you.
Yes, ask you to deal with it. Eh, you ketawa yo. Ketawa yo. So that laughter, that relationship niya, ay niya, ako tapoy lang. You know, so this is the part where my prayer is being answered lah. Huh? Ako tapoy lang. I said, oh, seriously, I cannot. How do we deal with this niyo ko? Macam
So you
our
guys are really talking.
yeah.
And it's like
to that
like
point.
your friends,
To that
even.
point. I wouldn't call him my friend.
Yeah,
but
but it sounds
Tapi,
like
yeah.
you can discuss.
because of my children, that I put my children in the situation.
And plus, you realize you can't do it yourself.
I
Yeah,
cannot.
because
I
I'm
cannot.
glad you're doing this,
Yes, I
because
cannot.
I have a friend as well. Her parents, like she's bumur sudah lah, but she was telling me, she's recalling back how she felt. Her father left them.
Yeah.
And ever since that day, rupa-rupanya, now that she's reflecting back, she said she would self-sabotage each and every relationship she ever had. And she would make sure it doesn't work.
Kasihan.
Because she's like, oh, men are just awful. That's what's in her head. And I can imagine, of course, you'd believe this because of what you've been through.
Yes.
But
I
it's
still
really
have that, to be honest
important,
with you. I still have that, to be honest.
Yeah, but it's so important,
tapi
right?
yeah,
The
it
men
is.
in our lives, they really have to step it up. Because
Benar.
it just messes the
Messes
mind,
you,
like
yeah.
semua kan macam mana, like. Yeah, so when she was only telling me this a few days ago, and she was
Yeah.
saying, "Oh, I was totally self-sabotaging. Even things that could have worked out, she would make sure it
Yeah.
doesn't work out.
Yeah.
And she'd only be serious with people who like the different religion. Memang dah dapat kahwin, happy tiap.
You know, tapi it goes back to this part now where the healing ito, is she really healed ka? Kan?
Betul.
You know, so I mean, for me, I'm not entirely healed. To be honest with you, I have not been in a proper relationship yet, only because I feel that I'm not truly healed to respect another person in a sense that I could.
To let another person in.
It goes back to the after divorce. And yeah, some women, they feel like, the need to actually find somebody to replace the ex spouse, to be the new father. To be honest with you, some people are lucky, some people are not.
Yeah.
You don't want to put yourself in a situation where you're not healed. Sekali sama, go back to the same cycle that you're unhappy in the new marriage. Siya tu ba?
Oh, ba.
So don't rush lah.
Yeah.
For me, and again, kalau the spiritual part, I doa to Allah.
Yeah.
Tapi entah so lately, belum pelang mi doa to get jodoh because I'm not ready. Maybe because I want to
ni
construct.
ba?
Kan?
Many women will
Yeah,
not immediately.
I don't know.
Lalaki, yes, they want to replace immediately. Well, not really, but like they would prefer to have someone.
Somebody. I don't know.
Maybe easier to get. I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe it
like-
works for them, kan?
Yeah,
Tapi
yeah,
for us, like for women, it does not really work
Maybe
for.
need to
I mean,
put
for me
ba?
lah. For me.
Tungkal betul.
Yeah, I don't know. For me,
Yeah.
that kind of stereotype or like expectation. I have to say, my expectation has gone way up
that's
high.
great.
Macam kalau I know somebody, I started dating ka. I did try lah, to be honest with you. But
how'd
my
that
goodness,
go? Must have been a
Did
nightmare
not
for the
go
guy.
well.
Like, oh no,
kasihan ko.
I can
I
never
don't
win with this.
And of course, I said I cannot put them in a situation where macam I am still not healed.
Ah,
So
jangan
again, maybe
tah. Jangan tah.
Iya, bah? Maybe your friend too, she is still in that situation where maybe heal herself. Because that's what I'm doing now. I mean, I
Yeah,
want to
but
heal
my
myself.
friend was the daughter of the one kanana. So
I
now
see.
she's
Oh,
happily
oh,
married.
yes, yes,
da, da, da.
I see,
Yeah.
I see, I
Yeah,
see,
so
I see.
because you have girls,
Oh,
kan?
yes, yes, yes,
That's why we
yes.
want to just check that they understand. No, not all men are gonna ruin you.
Yeah.
It's not gonna repeat itself.
Right,
that
you're
kind
right.
of thing. Because
Yeah, so
we just don't
in
know
that
what
case,
goes in
traumatic
there.
distress, kan?
Oh, wow.
Oh my goodness. I hope I don't put that in my children lah. Macam I do want them to believe that real love exists lah. So that's why, like I said, talking about your ex-spouse or that you were with in a very nice light, because at one point you are the one who chose to marry them.
You loved them at one point.
But you didn't want to marry or get
you saw the good side.
Tapi
Yes.
again, going back to that healing part, that kind of emphasis that we kept wanting or kept asking people to see the healing it starts from you forgiving these people who did not accept, and for even to the point as forgiving people who didn't accept you as you are now. Macam ada kan kadang-kadang their stereotype, orang ucap-ucapkan kita ni, they say bad things about us. Macam I hate this word janda. Oh gosh, I hate that word so much because the connotation that comes with that word often negative. Okay, often negative. Tapi kan again, if you don't put forward or your behavior in the go like attached to that connotation or similar to that connotation of what the janda tu looks like, inda pun orang stereotype you or label you as that. Because many people even at my workplace, they don't know that I'm a single mom.
Now they do.
Yeah, guys, sorry. Never told you before. No, tapi I mean, because I don't show and I don't put myself out there like as that.
Kan
I'm a single mom. I mean, I am proud to be a single mom now.
But you have to song and dance about it, right?
You get what I mean? That negative connotation.
Yeah. But you just never know what people may.
Yeah.
You just don't want to deal with.
Tapi forgive them to think that way. Again, it's a learning process for everybody.
You know that book, Let Them?
Yes.
Benar tu.
Yes. So this kind of books kan, macam I also read them because for me it's a self-healing. One of the self-healing is like to research and read kan. So sama lah in that case.
You know that movie, Stepmom?
Oh
my
my
God.
favorite movie.
I watch it. Every time I watch it, I will cry like a baby. Like, gila. Because it's such a good movie.
It is. And so many truth in there. And that they co-parent well there. As much as we don't want to agong kind of Western niya, tapi when I look at dorang punya situation, how come we can't do that? So that's why when I see that my relationship with my ex-spouse is getting better, I said, you know what? It could happen if you let it happen. So it's a matter of you changing, of him changing. So of my children changing the situation. Oh, my family as well. My parents, of course, awal-awal hindi orang dapat accept that. Tapi saying that I'm okay with my ex-spouse, macam, okay. And exactly. When he comes over, macam now, I will allow him to attend my kid's birthday party that I celebrated. Macam, do you want to come? I'll bring your girlfriend now. It's okay, that's fine. My kids na pulang, oh, mommy, why do you invite them? Oh, hindi pulang. Tapi I try to. I said, it's okay, said.
It's so different, right? Yeah. But because I don't want to mention my parents, but the thing is, my mom was a single mom at one point. Yeah. She got divorced with her first husband, and then she remarried. But I remember, because I was a kid, ako na papa kan, but I never met my brother my brother punya dad.
I see.
I never met him.
I see.
And because we're brought up to be so macam nadajakan, if it's nothing to do with you, it's nothing to do with you, so like we're good with it. Then I remember thinking, God, I really want to meet this guy, because I know my brother, but I don't know anything about his other life, and we're never made to know about this part. But he passed away along his dad, my mom's first husband, and she still in the more macam babaik atau ba. It was really like, cut it off, cut it. And I'm thinking, and I told my dad this. I said, why is she like that? Why can't she just forgive and all this thing? And then my dad, being my dad, he just said something like, we just don't know what happened to them. So I'm like, it's not every case can just be good,
She must have had her.
It must have been something that bad.
Yes.
Or she's just like that. Because I know my mom, she's also karas kepala, yes is yes, no is no, my way or the highway, that kind of thing. So I was just...
Like I said, she must have had her own reasons, right? Like I said, when you can co-parent, you can co-parent. But if you can't... if you can, but still, going back to the idea where you don't talk bad about the dad, and allowing, kan macam at one point the dad would want to reach out, kan berjumpa kanak-kanak, kan? Allow them. Why not?
Yeah,
Because it gives you a
sepatutnya.
break. Yeah.
Yeah, Ani langsung.
Kasi
I
kan?
never heard a
I hope.
She never mentioned him at
Yeah.
all. But because my brother has a different surname, kan, I
Yeah.
was like, why does he have a different surname? This is when I was really little, and she
Yeah.
goes, I don't know, go ask him. I was like,
Yeah.
what?
That's the best answer. Macam,
Yeah, I
tanya
don't
lah
know.
sendiri ya. Macam tu. Find out yourself. No,
That's
tapi
super avoidant. Orang dulu-dulu na.
yeah, we're not
Let
doing
this
dulu.
slide that.
And
Yeah.
I wish it changes now. We need to be
Yeah.
transparent with our
Yeah,
kids.
for sure.
I am very transparent with my kids. And it helps me a lot with communicating a lot of things. Even macam now that I said my kids are teenagers growing up, kan, they start talking about boys. They started talking about all these things. But
Okay.
I'm transparent with them. I will ask them, okay, siapa this boy? So what happened?
Siapa mama bapanya?
Satu pula nga sebenarnya macam ada tu, I can hear my parents being that macam siapa ni anak siapa, tapi you know now that I'm a parent I do that too.
I know, right? Macam terkopi wah. Sometimes I hear my voice. I'm like,
Yeah.
damn, I sound like my brother. I hate it.
Yeah, itu tapi yeah, I do that too. And like tapi the fact that I'm transparent,
Yeah.
I realize that my relationship with my kids is so much better.
Of course.
And I want them to know that I'm the first person that they can go to. Even one of my friends, Charlie, one of my friends shared this. Yeah, you know what, nya, aku begitu my children, nya, to the point, nya, okay, nya, let me be there, nya, for any of the first, nya, for example, if you want to try drugs, ay Allah, sekalinya aku really, nya, oh, nya, nya, baik tak, sebab aku, nya, tak, Allah, Allah, macam tu, tapi, you know, she has a point. She has a point.
Yes, yes.
It's better that with them rather than tapi again kalau me ajar lah what's right and wrong tapi again you know she had a point na tu macam Charlie juga tapi at the same time being transparent with your kids is something that you need to communicate. Ani it's harder pulangan now that they are like you said they keep secrets. Oh my goodness, I cannot even talk. I'm glad dorang ni macam bertiga. Three girls, right?
Talk amongst each other.
Amongst each other. So ada yang the logic one, you cannot do that, and you know,
there's gotta be one.
and always there's one
Yes.
who comes to me, mommy, you know what?
You know.
But don't tell Kaka I told you. I love it.
Baik je ada network kata.
Oh wow, macam lepas satu meruap me pulang. Tapi at the same time, I'm glad
Yeah, at least
that
you
they
know.
tell and they talk.
For sure.
Rather than they go to the internet and try to find
For sure,
out and
for sure.
have information that is not even macam apa culturally correct.
Internet banyak info. That's why
Exactly.
they need somewhere.
That's why you need to control.
One more thing about divorce, Anya.
Yes.
I know your group is
Single
single
Mama
mamas,
Speaks,
right? How about the single dads? Can they come and see you?
Yeah, we've had a
Ada juga.
few that approach us, although we had to have a different way of meeting lah apa cerita.
Yeah.
Because kalau single moms, I even do one-on-one, and of course we're living in Brunei, and I know my principles as a woman in a Islamic society. I need to have boundaries as well when we speak to men. So much sometimes I will bring another member of the Single Mama Speaks and talk to them, or even we don't meet lah. It's more of a macam online kind of thing that
Okay,
we give advices.
So it's not limited.
No, definitely not. And I've had a few what we call clients. We call them clients as well. That they actually approach us for macam advices to the point yang ada a few of them even ask macam what can we do to macam improve the marriage. Macam tu. So
that's so
ada
good.
lah. Tapi
Okay.
like again there's certain limits that we
Oh, I
explore.
have an idea for you. Yay, nanti.
Nanti,
We'll
okay.
We'll talk more after this.
Yeah.
Okay,
Off
cool.
line.
Yeah, after.
Off the set.
You want to share with us what are the things you do with
Single
as a
Mama
closing?
Speaks?
Yes.
Okay.
So
Not only do
last
we
words.
explore when you say single dads or single moms or men or women, we also help children. Okay, we're exploring that kind of option now. So we have projects with and collaborations with a few organizations, with other organizations,
Yes.
creating like a safe space for children. So you know, like sometimes I feel that my kids they cannot just talk to any of their friends about macam going through this single parent family
Yeah.
thing. So what we do as well, we create a safe space for children to meet other children of single parents. So we create like collaboration. For example, we've done reading programs, macam activities in the holidays that for specific for single children of single parents or single parent family. So that the children also meet, and then having sama ni macam, and then they start talking kan, and they exchange numbers
Sharing,
apa,
yeah.
that kind of support. That's what
That's
you need.
quite good
Yeah.
for young
Yes, and we do
kids.
give counseling for children as well if needed. Adalah a few. We do give legal advices. I have a very great support from the legal team.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, so we have a lot of collaborators and other
It's like all
organization
in one.
that works. Yes.
Okay,
So
nice.
if you ever need any advices or like macam just a support,
Yes.
the singlemamaspeaks.bn on Instagram. Just follow us, drop us a DM. Sometimes we miss the DM because, like we said, this is not our main job. This is not our main thing that we do.
Yeah,
So it's just a side. It's not a full time thing. It's definitely part time.
Okay.
So I wish I can afford to do it full time. Yeah, I wish.
Maybe
Oh, maybe
one day.
inshallah.
Who
Yeah, right.
knows? You
With
never
dua.
know.
I know. That's my prayers. Pretty much.
Yeah.
I wish that I
Yes.
can afford to actually do it full time. But then right now, because it's part time, people can just slide us a DM. Some people actually share my our number, word of mouth ataupun okay.
And they can contact you via
Definitely.
counseling.
Yeah, exactly. They could
Yes,
as well.
yeah, I
And
can forward
even if
them.
they want like a proper support group, we've done this before. We arrange like women with the same issue because they want that support, kind of like support group thing.
Yes.
So we have like tea or coffee, like we'll have a place
that's
to do that,
nice.
and then pretty much just stop
Oh, great.
and have that kind of support.
So it's not a man-hating session, yeah?
Oh, no,
That's
not
what
at all.
people get
can be
worried
pulang.
about. Like,
No, not at all. But it can be pulang if you need it. Benar kan? Macam that's one of the things that venting out kan. Tapi that's not the real objective here.
Right.
The objective here is to help you go through the process.
To be clear on what
What you're doing.
Kacau pikiran orang.
Yes, exactly. But if you need to vent it out, we can be there as well. Tapi in the end, it's not all about that.
We're not cheerleading for that, right?
Oh, no, definitely not.
Siap
I mean,
dengar, tapi.
siap pulang, drama. Tapi no, it's not all
yeah,
about that. It's not. It's pretty much more about the process where you feel that there's options for you.
And making sure you are taking the right, making the right move.
Making the right move.
Jangan nyasal, that's the only thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Looking at that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have one question, one or two, I don't know. So yeah, can we hear your question?
So it's more about single mama speaks.
Yes.
I'm interested on what do you actually tell these single moms when they're supposed to co-parent with someone yang suppose their ex-spouse yang masih lagi inconsistent and emotionally unavailable to talk about this co-parent.
Okay.
And what do you tell the single moms itu where dynamics is impossible lah on that moment, because alhamdulillah for you is
it's going well. Yeah.
For you, it's going great.
Yeah.
Well, to reach there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah.
So,
Again, the co-parenting, Anya, when we talk about co-parenting, it's not an easy thing. It's not an easy thing, and it's a learning process. And good thing that I'm a sociologist. I see things as a daily learning process. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. There are days that it's good, there are days that it's definitely bad, and to the point that you want to give up. And it's a learning process. Don't think that when you talk about co-parenting, okay, you say something to your ex-spouse, it's so okay. It's so macam, wow, rainbows. No, it does not work like that. For me, it took a lot. The first 3 years that I was after the divorce, we barely talk. I think the first 2 years, he doesn't even text me. He texts.
So it looked like there was no hope lah.
No hope. He texts through my parents. He texts through my mate. He texts through my kids to the point that he had to give my kids a phone, which I didn't agree. Tapi my point being is that it's a process. It's a learning process. If you're lucky, with doa, with the right doa, like I said, you can get there, inshallah. Tapi if the situation where you can't, okay, it's okay nak tuju, tapi if the situation allows you to, don't you feel that it would have been better? Right? If dapat, why not? Jangan tutup yourself to that, because at the end of the day, like I said, you had the choice, you as parents, you had the choice. Sometimes kita ni indah dapat accept that and again, the fact that I said it becomes my philosophy, my kids did not have a choice.
Yep.
That was a big wake-up call for me. So whatever ego that I had to put aside. As much as I hated him or the situation, I had to put it aside. Mesti try to reason it out. I'm glad there's WhatsApp now. Kalau telefon or bercakap face to face, itu payah pulang maybe. Cannot control my face.
Yeah. But, for your question, I have a friend, Ia punya laki benar-benar indakan babaik usulnya.
Okay.
But the thing is, right, which I noticed, and not just her situation, some others pun pernah aku dengar je, some incident would happen, and that's when it changed.
Yeah.
Macam Allah intervene.
Yes. Okay.
So the one incident that happened to them, he had a car trouble.
Oh no.
His car, the accident broke down, and it started to rain, and he was in the middle of nowhere. And who does he call?
The ex-wife. Of course.
He had no one else to call.
Okay.
Called her. She brought her new husband,
to help.
and he helped. Because it's okay, man to man, it's fine. But the end of that situation, he spoke to her and said, you've got a good man.
Yes.
My husband's really good.
See?
And from then on, it was really good. Macam,
like I said, it's a process.
Yeah.
It doesn't come like tomorrow. It doesn't come. It may be a few years to, tapi have faith lah. Again, that's why I said to many single moms in our group, have faith in Allah. Allah will always provide.
Yeah.
But then again, like I said, in the situation where you really cannot, it's fine too.
It happens when whatever happened to you, yata sudah tu. That's the best thing.
Yeah. But when you don't have that macam ex-spouse support, please seek other people's support.
Yeah.
Itu yang penting.
Need to build
you have to build a foundation, a support system.
Yeah.
Your parents, if they want to help. Kalau if they cannot help, sama je. Macam then, siapa lagi? Sometimes, yang our blessing ni, Allah's praise, Allah's blessing or Allah's answer to your prayer. Tu kadang-kadang kawan yang macam lama you don't see.
Anak buah.
Anak buah.
Yang belum kahwin.
Mana saja macam you see even your children.
Yeah,
even your
you
children.
never know.
Tapi that's the thing with co-parenting or non-existence of this co-parenting ni, again, you need to ensure your children are in a stable, healthy environment, and you're putting them in there.
Yes.
And you're putting them in that situation where ex-spouse-nya tidak dapat exist, okay? Tidak dapat exist because ia langsung dia mau. Tapi whose loss is that kan?
Yeah, exactly.
Ya Allah, ia
Kita
dah takut
kan
kah? Ia dah takut di akhirat ia kena tanya. That's
You'd
from
be
your benih,
surprised. Some don't.
Right? Okay,
Some
jangan
don't.
cakap.
Yeah.
Tapi itu doa.
Yeah.
For me, I always doa, Ya Allah, ya Tuhanku, lembutkanlah hati. In any situation, if you are having problems with your children, lembutkanlah hati my children. If you're having problems with your parents, lembutkanlah hati. So this idea of lembutkanlah hati, I swear, if you pray, and you know that Allah and redha and tawakkal that Allah is the provider for this, inshallah, miracles would happen. Benar, a lot of things is in my life. Ani miracles, like that's the one thing that I did not get to touch. After divorce ni, you would think it's payah. Tapi I swear, walaupun you had gone through this dugaan, that is that divorce itself, banyak hidayahnya. Banyak hidayah that Allah will help. Tapi itu tu, how do you ask for this hidayah? You ask for Him now, because that's the point Allah put you in that situation first, kan, to give you this trial so that you remember,
Closer.
Allah is the only one I need.
Yeah.
Kan?
This is
Allah
like your path. This
that's
is
my
your
path.
path.
Yeah, that's my path. But I know by
realizing.
saying that to many people, it can effectively change the situation, because it definitely could help. And the fact that you are tawakkal and with other usaha that is di dunia ni lah that you can do, Like for example, texting. Okay, like I said, I'm glad there's WhatsApp lah. Now it's easier to text
Yeah.
kan. Macam you don't show your facial expression, real expression.
Text aja. Ganyan,
Macam
it
text
comes
saja.
through too, doesn't
Macam
it?
chat kan. Macam, hi,
Yeah.
ano, can you please help? Macam chat tu. So it will inshallah it will gradually happen. The co-parenting too, it will be easier.
Yeah, co-parenting, very tricky.
Yeah, tapi in a situation where it can't, jangan jadi pajal lah, because like I said, you putting your children in a safe situation and healthy situation. Kalau you tahu your ex-spouse tu unsafe for your children, of course you don't put them in that situation.
Ano sikit, common sense sikit lah.
Common sense lah. And then in that sense, who can be the support system selain daripada ia?
Yeah.
There's definitely gonna be somebody, your parents, your siblings, your family, your friends. These
For
are
sure.
the support system that you want to
Things
create.
will sort itself out.
Of course,
That's
of
what I
course.
feel.
So jangan dipaksa je with co-parenting. Tapi if possible, again, co-parenting ni, it does not mean berdua and berjumpa and bermessage kata. Sometimes co-parenting tu, ia nak mau berjumpa anaknya, again, who's lost his
Drop off saja.
kesian drop
Yeah.
off saja, or bagi duit saja. That's also co-parenting. At least ada.
Yeah, jangan
Because
langsung
again,
ada.
it takes two to work a marriage, to divorce. It takes two to tango. You know,
Oh,
faham ah? So it also takes two to take care of a child.
For sure.
And it does not just end till there. It takes a village to take care of a child.
Mhm.
Kan? It takes a village. So, fikirlah that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Awesome.
Is there
Thank
any more
you.
questions?
Yeah.
So tadi apa namanya, you talk about how tiba-tiba when you're on a drive and then you cry tiba-tiba
Yes.
kan. So for me, I think it's a kind of an identity crisis because once you share your life with someone, you share your decisions and you share your responsibilities. Now suddenly, tiba-tiba you're everything. You're the nurturer, you're the provider.
Of course.
So
berubah.
in that overwhelm tu,
Mm.
and in singlemamaspeaks.bn, how do you help these single moms maintain their identity and sense of self itulah,
Okay.
while managing all the responsibilities to themselves?
Okay. When you talk about crisis, like individual identity crisis, and although it's a big spectrum, although I don't label it as identity crisis for my situation, I think it was more of an adverse reaction because macam I wasn't even thinking my relationship with my ex-spouse. Itu okay sudah. I wasn't even thinking it. I wasn't even macam ingat pasal tu suddenly your body saja. It's your body that reacts. It's your body reaction anxiety ni, our body ni kadang-kadang is separate from our mind sometimes yeah. So and then like suddenly I start crying macam kenapa aku menangis? I didn't even know why.
You
Okay.
were totally not thinking about
I was
it.
not thinking about
Your
it
body
at all. Yeah, my
remembers.
body remembers. That's why it's specific when I was driving, because I remember dulu when I was going through the broken marriage and the divorce, when I was having problems in my marriage, the one place that I went to cry my eyes out di dalam kereta. I think that's it. The situation put me in that. I cannot cry in front of my parents. My parents, well, they didn't know what's going on.
Yeah.
I cannot cry
This
in
is
front of my
your
kids.
safe place to
Sekali I went to my car.
express.
I cried. I went for a drive. I cried my eyes out. And that's where macam I prayed lah dalam kereta tu. And then balik ke rumah, as soon as I opened the car, all smiling again.
Wow.
Macam I had to create this facade or macam menipu pulang I was lying to myself because I did not want anybody else to know that I was going through this problem. I was having that problem. So I went through mata. And then but the thing is, when you talk about identity crisis, like and how it's true to an extent because of these changes, so the change had lead you to having identity crisis because you are going through this identity changes. Okay,
And those are big change.
Of course, it's a big change, but how we single mama speaks actually help with that too. Being transparent, being there for you to speak about that changes, because sometimes you can't explain that change. You need to speak to somebody about it. And merely hearing somebody saying, "Hi, sama macam aku." And then sharing.
Validating. isn't
Validating.
it?
And then you realize, Okay, so I'm not the only one. Sebab kan ketanya ni, we don't know what other people are going through, bah.
Yeah.
You know, even
and
when
you think you're the worst
exactly
situation.
exactly, and
Yeah.
when people see me, even I'm all smiling apa, macam people never realize I had gone through this, bah. And when they hear my story, yeah, really, you went through that, and they're more ano lah, more empathy, empathetic ah. Tapi now, macam before that, they wouldn't even tell. They wouldn't be able to tell. So the fact that when somebody talks to you, and the fact that, you know, saying that it's okay, that's a part where kalau macam in our group, Single Mama Speaks, this is what we are creating awareness.
Yes.
It's okay to be sad. It's okay to go through this. It's okay to be this.
Like, just let it out.
Yeah, just let it out. It's
Just-
okay. That's why when men came to us as well, some men come to us, macam they kan ego kan. But you know, it's okay not to be strong. Kan? Even for me, there are times that I feel like when I was crying at home, macam kenapa ni, what's going on? It's okay for me to cry it out, regardless not knowing. Crying ani, it's not a bad thing. It's okay, right?
Yeah.
So macam that's the thing. And like I said, even with my children, there are times that I cannot handle it, and I kept thinking, Ya Allah, can I just leave ka? Can I just leave them in this house and just leave them forever? Macam tu.
Yeah.
Banar, there are times that it gets so overwhelming that I cried in my prayers. Ya Allah, ambil nyawaku because I cannot do this anymore.
Ada je time-nya.
There are times. It's more constant that they are growing up lah. I kept saying that, Ya Allah, ambil tami. I cannot anymore. Tapi kan, when I think about it, the next prayer, Ya Allah, hindi jadi. Cancel. Pasal I cannot imagine anybody else who can take care of them as well as me. You know, tapi ito ba? Those are the things that it's okay for you to be feeling that. And having that transparency when you talk to somebody kan, and having that support, that's what macam Single Mama Speaks ito, that's what we're for. We want to be able to be the safe space for you to talk about your feelings. Sometimes you don't even want to talk about it, but listening to other people talking about it, it helps.
Gives you courage.
It gives you courage. Walaupun you don't share your story, that's why yang single mom support group ito, kan ramai kan the women kan. Usually we have about 4 or 5 women na. When they started talking, ada one who's very hindi mo cakap apa-apa. Idengar saja. Idengar saja. And sampai towards the end, kadang-kadang ada macam tu.
They're processing. That's
Tapi
for
processing, but still impactful because you don't know whether or not some of the things that are being spoken about itu is something that they need.
Yeah.
So that's why I like going through, and I feel the fact that you had this podcast is brilliant.
Yeah.
You know, I wish
I'm sure someone out there is listening and resonating.
Something that I said today maybe would reason with them and impact them highly, and to that point that it helped them to go through. And it's again, like I said, having to have that macam safe space is something that we definitely need for our mental health now, because we're so big at mental health now, kan? And that it's okay. Somebody saying that it's okay, that's
For
enough.
sure. Like,
right?
for me, for everyone, if they were to see you today, like, got it made, you're stable, this kind of feeling. But they have to know that it wasn't a walk in the park.
No.
It
You
was
never
hard
know.
to buy.
Yeah.
Around sometimes they feel, oh, it's so hard, I can't do it. But yeah, you think she could do it? Like, you also felt you could not.
Yeah, I could not.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
So
I
it's
still
a very normal feeling. It's a process.
Exactly.
That is how people end up feeling in the beginning, during the process.
Exactly. I still doubt myself, to be honest with you. Now that my kids are growing, they're turning macam into teenagers. Like I said, my eldest is turning 15 soon. Okay, and I'm also getting older, and it's still a learning process. So please know that our process ani hidup di dunia ni is all a learning process every day. Every day is not it's a learning process for everybody. So macam as much as my kids are learning to become a 15-year-old, I am learning to become a mother to a 15-year-old. You get what I mean? That?
Yeah.
So you see, it's a learning process for both of us.
Everyone's growing. Everyone's
Exactly.
moving.
And I told my daughter that, you have to respect me and give me space too. As much as you are turning to become this 15-year-old, mommy is also turning to become this mother to a 15-year-old. So cut me some slack. Maybe mommy macam pemarah now. Give me a bit of time to digest or to So summer, when you feel that you have an identity crisis, please know that this is also a process.
Yeah.
1 minute you're this, tomorrow you're something else.
We learn to adapt.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I hope that answers the question. Yeah.
Okay. Right. Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you, Sarina, for sharing all those details in your life. Really, first time I met you, I wouldn't have guessed you were had gone through all
Yeah.
this. No one would guess that.
Yeah,
You can't guess someone's life.
Nobody.
Can-
Nobody. Exactly.
Yeah.
But thank you for having me as well. It's been a great.
Yeah, it was really interesting conversation. I
Yes,
know
very.
people will
I hope so
need
too.
to hear this
I
for
hope so
those
too.
out there going through this right
Yeah,
now.
I hope so
And
too.
yeah, okay, thank you for coming.
Thank you so
All right.
much.
Remember, you do not have to navigate your life challenges alone. Reach out for help. Come over to counseling if you like. And also, for those of you in particular going through divorce, Single Mama Speaks is around, is available for you. You are encouraged to meet with Sarina as well and the team. And remember, healing begins with listening. See you in the next one.